Yep. You already know what it is. Southpaw Talk with Southpaw Slick. And today's video is actually going to be a little bit interesting because it's something I didn't initially plan on doing a video on. But me and one of my coworkers was talking a few minutes before break, and we were talking about immortality. The reason we even got to that point is because my coworker, who is 65 years old, he was saying that now he's living to do the things that he needs to do and not the things that he wants to do because he's done the majority of what he wanted to do in life. You know, he's married, he has kids, he's traveled all over the world since the 70s, and he's pretty much, I want to say content with life, but comfortable enough. Like I'm good. Like I don't want to live forever. That was his exact words. I don't want to live forever. I just want to be able to live long enough to finish what I need to do in this world. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's admirable. And that's when immortality came into the conversation. And that's why I was like, that's why I don't understand. This is me telling him, that's why I don't understand why people say that they would want to be immortal, or how you hear comic book villains or villains in movies and cartoons. It's like that's one of their main goals, is to gain immortality. Now, as a kid, I looked at it from a kid's perspective. Yeah, it would be kind of cool to live forever, like you just never die. But as I've gotten older and see it with an adult perspective, immortality is not all that it's cracked up to be. It's not something that is as fulfilling as some people that want to be immortal think. Being immortal, imagine that. See, because I didn't get this far with him, because like I said, we're on break right now. I'm saying being immortal, just thinking about it, it's like, what is really the benefit? Okay, you live forever. You live forever, you don't die. All right, we got that out the way. You have to live seeing each one of your loved ones pass, one by one. You have to deal with that tragedy every time, one by one. Okay? You're living forever. Eventually, the world is going to diminish over time. Everything and everyone. Imagine being the last one standing. Nothing in sight. I said, or I guess best case scenario is you and a few others that chose to be immortal. Nothing in sight, no one in sight. Everything is gone. That also includes water, food, natural resources. Everything is gone. You don't get that luxury of dying peacefully. If you are able to die, if that is a possibility, it would have to be through violent means. Or, even worse, through starvation and dehydration. I'm saying that's like a horrible way to die. I'm saying that you have to be basically killed, like, but then again, you're immortal, right? That's what I'm saying. It would have to be like something extreme, like putting you inside of a fucking wood chipper or something. And that'd be crazy if you survive that. That's why I'm saying, you can't die peacefully. That's one thing you lost. Like I said, you have to watch all of your loved ones drop one by one and deal with that tragedy each time. You're going to be in a desolate world over time. Now, some people will say there's a cop out, with like, let's make a virtual reality world or like a matrix. What good is being in a matrix if the world outside of it is no longer? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that's crazy to me. A matrix is not going to solve all your problems. I'm saying if you choose to be immortal. That's what I'm saying. Immortality has no benefit in the long run, oddly enough. There's nothing beneficial about being immortal. Now, as far as living longer than average, I would be fine with that. If I was rich, or better yet, wealthy, and I can stop aging at a certain point. I'm saying, let's say I can stop at age 50. Now, I could be unrealistic and say I want to be 25 forever, but I want people to take me seriously. If I look like an elder, I'm just distinguished looking. See, 50 is an age that people take serious. I'm saying as far as words of wisdom. I'm saying you're 50, you still are mentally and physically capable. I'm saying that's a good age where you're old enough to be taken seriously and also old enough to do things. I'm not like old and decrepit. I'm not like the fucking, crypt keeper. You know what I mean? Like, just rotting away. Imagine that. Like, if you have no control over the aging process, your mind is going to decay. Your body is going to break down. And you're going to just be living like that forever. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like that. Now, if I can, like, okay, the average or the maximum human lifespan is what? If I'm not mistaken, 117 or 18 years, something like that. I'm gonna have to ascertain that statement. But let's say that it is, hypothetically, let's say it is 118 years max. If I can live 150 or pushing it 200 years, 200 great, amazing years, that would be great. I wouldn't mind doing that. But I'm saying, but to live forever, fuck no. I don't want to live forever. I'm saying, like, when I really sat back and thought about it, I don't want to live forever. And I'm saying in that time span, I'm saying, like, let's say you live 200 years, like the bicentennial man. You've done everything. I'm saying you've done everything that there is possibly to do. You've seen everything. You've experienced everything. So everything is going to start being routine. It's going to be monotonous. It's going to be boring. Life is going to be boring because you already experienced everything life has to offer. Now, some people, they died without having to experience everything life had to offer, or they didn't get to do all the stuff they wanted to do, which is very unfortunate. But on the flip side, at least there was something to be excited about before you passed. Okay, I have a bucket list. I didn't get to check everything off of my bucket list, but I was able to check off some of it with that excitement still intact. That there's another day. There's a new day or a new opportunity that can come about if I wait long enough. I'm saying I might be able to do that thing I wasn't able to do. So there's that excitement still there. If you live forever, that's no longer. Like I said, there's nothing left to do. That's what I'm saying. You're just existing. You're not living anymore. You're existing forever. That's like crazy to think. That's really crazy to think. It's like, like a lot of people, I just live forever, like I was saying, being rich. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. You have all the money in the world. But what good is having all the money in the world if you have none of your loved ones to share it with? If there's nothing to spend money on, like I said, a desolate world is gone. Like I said, I wouldn't mind living longer than average. Of course, even more of an incentive if I have money. That's what I'm saying, because I can live it up every day for the rest of my life. But like I'm saying, but after a while, you're going to reach that point that there's nothing left to experience. That's like the I think that's the biggest negative or con with being immortal is is you're living forever but having no reason to live. That's like just suffering. And when I was talking about the only possible ways of dying would be through violent means or starvation and dehydration. Imagine if you were like the Greek folktale with Tantalus. With Tantalus, how he was pretty much there to suffer for eternity, not being able to eat or drink, not being able to satisfy your hunger or quench your thirst. Every time he tried to grab the fruit from the tree lifted back up. Every time he tried to take a sip of water from the stream, it would retract. And you're just stuck in that that's like worse. That's worse than purgatory. That's where I'm saying if you're somebody that, follows Catholicism, that's worse than purgatory. It's being in a state of suffering for eternity. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter how you look at it, even if that's not the case, I'm saying when it finally gets to that point, you're going to realize I'm living, or better yet, existing forever, and there's no fucking reason to be like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no benefit. There's absolutely no benefit in being immortal. So I don't understand why people, both real and fictional characters, have the desire to be immortal. The reason why, okay, break is almost over, but I just thought about it on a final note. I just thought about the reason why people want to be immortal is because they're afraid of death, right? Okay, that's simple just to say that. Oh, they're afraid of death. You know why people are afraid of death? Because it's the only thing in life that is guaranteed. You cannot escape it. And that's something people want to find an escape route for. That's where the immortal mentality comes into play. I want to be immortal because I want to prevent something that is supposed to be guaranteed. Something that I can never escape. It's like the wolf and Puss in Boots 2. You can't escape death no matter what. Okay, you might have survived it for now, but I will be back for you. I will be back for you. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing about it. There you go. You know what? Just answer my fucking question. Like, why would you want to be immortal? That's why people want to be immortal. Because they want to escape death. Because death is the only thing in life that is guaranteed. And that's why people fear death. But break's about to be over. Southpaw slick. I'm out.